Bucks and 2 cents. This is Petal. How are you doing wherever you are in the world? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, Harry, Big Boy, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola Guy, and the chickens. That's all we're here for. We're not here for the ones on Shutter Island, although we're going to be touching on them quite a bit today. Normally we don't, but you know, things are happening, so we'll touch on them today. And again, we are biased and we are petty. We're more petty than biased, but you know, it is what it is. And also, we are here for our faves and our faves only. So if you're coming on this channel to troll, don't waste your time. Don't waste my time commenting, because I go through all the comments and I'm going to kick you off if I see your comment. So don't waste your time commenting. Don't waste my time. So, you know, you're more than welcome to listen and enjoy the video. Welcome. But don't leave nasty comments, because I will just block you. That said, our faves have been quiet, yeah, a bit quiet, especially our fave Meghan. She is under her tree, and we're just gonna leave her there to chill, to relax, to do her thing, to be all creative, working on Pearl. Just gonna leave her there, you know, to read her book and to whatever it is else creative venture she has in mind. And so this week we saw Prince Harry. Wonderful initiative as always. Prince Harry is so dedicated to tackling HIV and eradicating HIV. Really, as we know, him and Prince Cecil, he started the AIDS charity in Lesotho, Sentebale, which is, you know, which honors both Princesso's mother and Princess Diana. I think the meaning of Sentebale is forget me not. You know, both in honor of both their mothers that died. And so so tackling AIDS and supporting men and women and children with AIDS has been one of Prince Harry's, you know, passions and his commitment since he was like a teenager, and basically following in the footsteps of Princess Diana, who I think opened the first AIDS hospital, I think, in the UK, you know, when there was such a major stigma you know, against people who have the virus. And so it was really wonderful to see Prince Harry and his good friend Gareth Thomas, who is a rugby player who also has HIV. And we all remember back in, I think it was 2019, where a tabloid, and I think it's the Sun, I don't have a absolute proof that it was the Sun, it was the Sun or the Daily Mail, but I do believe it was the Sun, the same tabloid that outed that cricketer's family. And so this tabloid reporter went to Garrett's parents' house to talk to them about Garrett's status, his HIV status. The problem with that, one, that the reporter went, you know, first, most likely hacked his medical information to get that, you know, to get his HIV status. And then find out his parents' house and then go to his parents' house. Gareth Thomas had not even told his parents yet. He had not had time to tell his parents about it. They found out and went to his parents' house and then threatened to out him. And so because of that, he was forced, and he did a video talking about, you know, that he was forced to reveal something that he wasn't ready to reveal, you know. And that is how despicable the British press is. And so I remember when he did it, Prince Harry, on their old Sussex Royal Instagram site, Prince Harry wrote a message there for supporting Gareth and, you know, pledging to be there and support him and hope that they can work together to really to raise awareness and promote you know, HIV testing and all of that stuff. And they did, you know. There was you know, I think probably the 2020 they got together in a rugby field, and he and Gareth were promoting people getting tested. And so it's so great from that, you know, Gareth has been really on the forefront and leading the way with other people in fighting the stigma around HIV, and really raising awareness to all how far how far we've come to, and how far science has come with the drugs and stuff like that, where back in the day HIV, and Garrett talked about, back then, when he found out, he literally thought he was going to die, because that was the thinking back then, that HIV was a death sentence. Like, you eventually will get AIDS and then you will die. And so that, upon the stigma, everybody, people don't want to be around you, and the people thought, if you got if you touch them when you had HIV, I actually thought the same thing too back in the day, that you'll get HIV and die. And so, to see how far we've come, with science, that they have developed drugs where HIV is now a manageable disease. It's like, it's a manageable thing where you don't have to die. And so, but so many people are not aware of that. And especially now, I think with COVID, we've all forgotten about HIV. I know I did. When I saw the video, I was like, oh my God, yes, HIV, AIDS, yes. Because especially the last few years, we've been so caught up with COVID, that we've pretty much, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I forgot about HIV. And so it was a good reminder, because a lot of times, especially, so many people, and apparently a lot of people have HIV but don't know they have HIV. I remember the first time when I got an HIV test. I mean, I wasn't in any at-risk group, but I thought, let me get tested. And even though I knew I wasn't at risk, it was still terrifying. It was still terrifying, and I sat there the whole day, literally planning of how to tell my parents that I have HIV and I was going to die. I literally did that. And it was just one of those things. And I was just like, but I'm not in an at-risk group. I wasn't doing anything that would, and I wasn't engaging in any activity at all that would, where I would get HIV, or, but I was still terrified. So I understand. I totally understand why people would be terrified to get tested. But I was glad I did, because then I don't have to worry about it, And so, but it's really great, I think, that Harry and Garrett are still out there talking about this, and they were talking about, like, look, it's, how far we've come is great, but we have to get over the hump. And Harry was talking about getting over that hump of just not just getting far, but really getting rid of HIV, period. Where their goal is, by 2030, no one will be diagnosed with HIV, and wouldn't that be an amazing thing? So it was really great to see Harry and Garrett talking HIV testing awareness, and also, as part of that too, Harry talking about his mom, Princess Diana, and just her incredible work and incredible empathy. And really, a lot of people were afraid to touch people with HIV, until they saw Princess Diana hug and held hand, and then it was just like, oh, well, if she could do it, I guess it's okay, and I wouldn't catch it and die just from hugging someone or shaking someone hand, or holding someone. And so it went such a long way. And then Harry's work in with Santa Bali over the years, and so it was just, I'm just really happy that to see Harry still there, still fighting for people, still, in spite of all the horrible things and all the horrible trolling that the press and their trolls do whenever he says anything. It was also great online to see doctors and people say, thanking him for, like, still really being out there and promoting this, and really bringing awareness, or re-awareness, for many of us who forgot that HIV is still a thing. So anyway, you go, Prince Harry. And talk about Prince Harry, today I saw in the press where jumping over to Shutter Island, today I saw an article, thank you, royal underscore reporter on Twitter. She archives all of those articles, because if you guys didn't know, a lot of those, like, tabloids and stuff like that, who used to write all these horrible articles about Meghan have been going back and deleting a lot of their articles. Basically, they're trying to rewrite history. And so she has been archiving, and a lot of us have been archiving any article that we see so that they can't, years down the road, they can't claim that, oh, we never did anything. We were never negative to Meghan. You know, they have been going back. People Magazine, one of the squaddies I've noticed, People Magazine have also been doing that. They've been deleting a lot of negative stuff. And so there are some articles that I've tried to find that I can't find anywhere. And I know they were there, you know. So they are trying to rewrite history. But anyway, so she posted this article about one of the royal reporters, you know, in their archives. So even if you click on them, those tabloids will not get money. So one of these royal gossipers wrote an article wondering why Harry is silent about, you know, Queen Camilla's ascension to the throne, or future ascension to the throne, you know. And they have all been upset that Harry has not congratulated. He has not said a word, basically. And so the headlines have been, Harry is radio silent. And it's like, basically what they're trying to do is for Prince Harry to rubber stamp their manipulation. You know, this whole thing has been manipulated from day one. You know, if you noticed, if you have noticed, not one person in the royal family has congratulated her on being the queen, you know, or said a word. Literally nobody on record has in the royal family, not Prince Anne, not William, not Kate, not the you know, the Wessexes. Nobody other than the British tabloid have been hyping Camilla. The only people who have been hyping Camilla, Queen Camilla, has been the British tabloid, have been the tabloids who Camilla have colluded with, especially the Daily Mail. And so they are desperate for Harry to say something to rubber stamp their collusion and to rubber stamp their manipulation, you know. And he is, you know, they're like, you know, why isn't Harry saying? And so now that this video came out with Harry praising and honoring his mom, they're claiming like, oh, Harry's first word is to honor Diana. And it's like, you know, I don't know exactly when they taped this thing, but it's just wonderful timing that it came out and Harry's honoring his mother. Harry has said not a word, and I am so happy. You know, if he ends up saying something later, you know, that's on him, and I respect his decision. But I hope Harry has nothing to say about this. I hope he says zero about it. I hope he just doesn't go there at all. I hope him and Meghan stay as far away and stay zero, and say zero about what is going on out of there. It's like, ain't my business. I'm not getting a part of it. And I hope that's their thing. You know, I hope that's Meghan and Harry's stance on this, that they have nothing to do with it. And let Charles and Camilla deal with their mess. Because it's so funny, because somebody posted something from the other royal reporter there. What is it? Richard Palmer. Richard Palmer had is actually questioning the letter from the Queen, you know, saying that it's her wish that Camilla would be Queen Consort. He's questioning it, and it's so funny. I'm like, I can't believe I am thinking the same thing, because his thing and his sort of is that Queen Betty literally always consult the Prime Minister for every single thing she does. At this point, I'm telling you, it's so much a thing that at this point I'm thinking, if Queen Betty needs to go to the bathroom, 10 Downing Street knows about it because she's consulted them. That's how much she consults the Prime Minister on everything she does. And the fact that something this important, she did not consult the Prime Minister. And I know Boris Johnson has his mess and he's a mess, but she consults him with everything, at least his people. They knew nothing about her saying her decision that she wished that Camilla would be the next, you know, would be called Queen Consort. And when I saw that, I'm like, I always had doubts that Queen Betty knew anything about this. And that this was Charles and Camilla who did that and sort of either forced her or, you know, again, I don't have any proof and I don't have any evidence of this. This is my 2 cents. But I don't think this came from Queen Betty at all. And the fact that it's come out that 10 Downing Street, the Prime Minister did not know until that thing came out, that makes me even go more, And so to see a royal gossiper thinking the same thing, I'm like, I can't believe I'm thinking the same thing as a royal gossiper. I mean, maybe what does that make me? But, but I just have my doubts that this came from Queen Betty. I think, because if you notice this whole PR thing around Queen Betty's Jubilee, Charles and Camilla has kicked Queen Betty out of her own Jubilee. She has been kicked out. And this has become the Camilla and the Charles and Camilla show. I mean, so much so, William, Royal Tory Prince William was in Dubai or wherever, somewhere in the Middle East, trying to do, whatever he's doing over there, the day that he was there, apparently he did this, big speech with his Earthshot Prize thing, the one he stole from, Ignatius, they had that one. Anyway, so he's doing this big speech and, all the press is supposed to be focused on William because he is on a tour on Dubai, And what happens? Same day, big news from Charles. I have COVID again. And all of a sudden, nobody cared that William was doing a big speech in Dubai. And all eyes have now turned away from William and back onto Charles. Because yet again, Charles has COVID. And you're thinking, well, hello, what are you talking about? What do you mean you have COVID? Aren't you doing, you are in a leadership position, or wouldn't you be doing all the things that especially that you've had COVID before, wouldn't you be doing all the things that you need to do to make sure you don't get it again? And then you look at what Charles has been doing. He has been going everywhere, him and Camilla, with no masks. The Queen, no masks. William, Kate, no mask, all over, mingling with people all over. Somehow they think they're immune or something. So much so that even when Prince Charles, the day Prince Charles is like, I have COVID, what does Queen Camilla do? Because, she is immune because now that she is going to be queen, she's not going to get COVID. What does she do? Same day. Went to an engagement with people. No one had masks on. And you're like, how is it your husband is home with COVID, supposedly isolating, and you are out mingling with people with no masks? Either you don't care that you're going to be giving COVID to someone else. Shouldn't she be isolating? I mean, maybe in England you have different policies and different, policies for COVID, but I would think if you and your husband are in that same house and you're, cohabiting like a normal couple and one has COVID, the other one would not be going around other people without a mask. The other one would stay away and isolate, right? That's what I think would be normal, but that Camilla was out mingling with no mask. Anyways, and it turns out that the Queen met with Charles and Buckingham Palace refused to say whether the Queen is tested positive or not. Let's keep that mystery together so that, people will continue to have sympathy. You know how they do it, Let's not say the truth. Yeah, the royal family. Anyways, so, and then you come to, oh yeah, Prince William. Yeah, we forgot about him. Nobody cares. He was in Dubai and was doing whatever it is he was doing. And again, it's all the Prince Charles and the Camilla show, so nobody cares about what Prince William, Royal Tory Prince William is doing. And then we come to Kate, of course, single white femaling again, now she's reading a book for something called Sea Babies or some BBs or something. And, of course, Meghan read a book and Meghan read her own book, really, The Bench, and 4 kids for story time. And so, of course, our little single white female is going to do the same. Of course. And she's doing it for some show called Sea Babies or something. And you wouldn't guess who produces this show. Yes. You remember back, in December when they were claiming that Prince William and Kate have banned the BBC. And remember how we kept telling you that's a whole big lie, and the only reason that her Christmas show wasn't on the BBC is because the BBC refused to make room for royal content, because why? They don't sell, and they're not popular, and people don't want to waste their time watching it, which is exactly what happened. Only 1.3 million people watch it out of 67 million people, And so here is Kate now doing her little reading time for the babies on a BBC show. Yes. All that lying outrage. Yes. Oh gosh, these people are crazy. So Kate is doing her babies, single white femaling as always. I came across a quote from MC Hammer, and it says, if they don't own you, they'll try to clone you. And it's so true. They can't own Meghan, so what do? They're trying to clone her. Oh dear. Good luck with that. Moving on, even Princess Eugenie is doing a little copycatting. Even with her little August doing his back to the camera shot, like Archie. They just want to be like our faves. It's kind of hilarious, but hey, I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Or in those colonizers' ways, imitation is a way of trying to erase you from their history. Do everything you do and then erase you to pretend that they're the one who started it. Oh well. Anyway, guys. Back to America. Enough of Shutter Island and their nonsense. Back to America. Again, we just thankful to Prince Harry and Gareth Thomas for their incredible work. And you guys, if you're on Twitter or social media and you see, please spread the word that, people would go and get tested. And especially if someone is in a high-risk group, to get tested. And if you know anybody who is who has HIV, and some people, especially with COVID, a lot of them are shut in because they are vulnerable. They are in that high-risk group. I know when Harry and Meghan did, I think it was with Homeboys when they were delivering food, some of the people that they delivered to were people shut in because they were high risk for COVID. So if you know anybody who is high risk in this way, please reach out to them. Please encourage them, They may need stuff. That's a great way to be able to be there and be a support for them. So thank you so much to Prince Harry and Gareth. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As usual, if you like our content, please, at the bottom of this video, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell if you haven't, so you know when we drop a video. Also, if you're interested in supporting us, we would love that. We do have PayPal, we have Cash App. Please jump on in the description, and you will find the links there to support us. Again, there's no obligation, but if you want to support this channel for us to bring you more great content, please, feel free. We would definitely appreciate you. And thank you so much for all of you amazing men and women who have been supporting us. We are so grateful for you. Thank you. And another way you can support us is we do have merchandise. Please jump on our site and shop till you drop. Hey, I'm all for that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.